Hello friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight we're going to have sheet pan dinner. I use whatever meat I have on hand, ready to go. Sometimes we've even done it with burgers before, which is really good. Tonight we're going to use some smoked sausage and a bunch of different vegetables that I had and wanted to use up. So we're just going to get started. I've got my garbage bowl here. We're gonna peel the potatoes. I think we're gonna cut some other stuff first so that way our potatoes don't brown. And I need to get out my smoked sausage. We might have to force this one to open. It doesn't want to do what I want it to. Alrighty, all my veggies are pre-washed and ready to go. Just gonna de-stem this real quick. Get some florets off from here. Perfect. Tonight is one of those nights that I am so hungry that the first cut into the food, it already smells like food and my stomach is growling. I'm just gonna rough cut everything. I have some broccoli, some cauliflower, and some peppers, and I think I'm going to cut into an onion. Alrighty, now let's move on to the broccoli. And this one is pre-cut and pre-washed, so all I gotta do is lay it out and cut anything that might be a little on the large side. Cut the peppers. I'm just going to slice them into strips. I have the rest of my pepper from lunch. Add that in. This one has just a little bit of a bad spot. We're just gonna cut that out. There we go. This is looking so pretty. And I don't mind if things are on top of each other. We're gonna have enough browned bits that are up at the top, and that just means some of the things won't get too cooked. which I want them soft. I just don't want everything too brown. Plus, we're going to coat everything in olive oil and give it a toss. So that is okay. I don't think I will cut into that yellow pepper. I think this is enough peppers. Perfect. I've already washed my potatoes. I scrubbed them up real good, so hopefully I won't have to wash them twice. But if I do, that's okay. How's the weather where you are today? It's not terrible looking outside. Now, how it feels is a totally different story. It is wicked, wicked out. It's just so cold. So cold. Definitely not what you expect in the South. Yeah. But I know even further south is even colder, which is hard to believe. And I know they're getting a lot of snow down there. Yeah, I'll have to wash these again. That's okay. And I know this potato is a bit green. That's okay. You just peel the green off and it's fine to eat. Now, if you peel into a potato and it's green all the way through, you may want to think about it because it might give you a stomach ache. Some people it affects, and other people you'd have to eat quite a few of them before it made you feel anything. One thing I don't have here is any kind of a covered food storage, like a shelter, or not a shelter, a cellar, or even a cupboard to put it in. So that's okay. Maybe that's something we'll have in our future situation. Are you getting snow where you're at? Gotta tell me down in the comments. I love it when we chat in the comments. It makes me feel connected to you guys. It's kind of, you know, because for me, I'm just chatting at my phone or whatever, and, you know, you all see my face. I don't get to see yours, so chatting with you in the comments is pretty neat. It's a way for us to connect. I am thinking about going live. I'm just a little nervous, but I'm thinking it's going to happen real soon. Alrighty, I am going to wash these up, toss everything in oil, throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 35 minutes. And here is our sheet pan dinner all done and ready to go. I cannot wait to dig in. It looks delicious. I almost forgot to turn on the camera. Tonight for dinner, I'm going to make some turkey sheet pan nachos. They are one of my favorite winter weather meals. I got some onions sauteing in my fry pan with just a little bit of olive oil. These onions were pre-frozen, chopped and frozen for convenience. Now I'm going to throw in my ground turkey. This is just 1 pound of ground turkey. We're just going to let that brown. I decided that 1 pound wasn't quite enough turkey burger, so I went ahead and added another pound, and I added a yellow bell pepper for flavor. I'm just browning it down, and then I'm going to throw in some taco seasoning, and then we will start to assemble the sheet pan part. Now that my taco meat is all cooked, I've grated up some cheddar cheese, and now we're going to make this into the sheet pan part. Just gonna cover our pan with some taco chips. These are the ones that I get from Sam's, the really big bag. We love these. Plus, it's huge. I like to line my pan so that way the cheese doesn't bake to the pan, because that's no fun to clean off. Alrighty. Here's the chips. And now we're just going to spread our taco meat around. If you hear some hollering and some banging, don't be alarmed. 3 boys playing in the background. And then I'm just going to top it all with cheese, and then once this goes in the oven at 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes until the cheese gets all melted and bubbly. I'll pull it out and we'll put it on the counter, and I will have a topping station set up. I'll show you that. All right. Yeah, see, I'm glad I went ahead with the 2 pounds of ground turkey. I haven't done this in a long time, and usually when I do, it's just for my son and I. So now it's for more people, so I made a bigger batch. All right. I'm going to use some cheddar cheese, and then I'm going to grab some Colby Jack. Or I think it's Colby Jack. I always forget. You could use whatever kind of cheese you like best. Yep, I like this Colby Jack. You could use a taco blend cheese. You could use whatever, literally whatever kind. And if you want to use ground pork or whatever, ground beef, meatless, chicken. That's why I love this dish. It's quick, it's easy, it's versatile, and most everybody loves nachos. So from start to finish, I think this dish takes like 25 minutes. Alrighty, now I'm going to toss it in, clean up my mess, and I'll meet you back here when it's done baking. Time to pull them out of the oven. They smell amazing. And they look even better. Look at that. I have some lettuce and tomatoes and salsa and ranch, and everybody's gonna grab a plate and we are going to dig in. This would make a great lunch or dinner, and it was super quick and nice and hot and comforting on these cold winter nights. We'll see you the next time we're in the kitchen. Tonight is another sheet pan dinner. We are going to make some garlic parmesan chicken with rice and vegetables. And we're going to do the vegetables and the chicken on the sheet pan, and then of course I'll pre-cook some rice, and I'm going to make a creamy garlic sauce to drizzle over everything. So I'm just going to chop these pieces of chicken up into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to put them in our plastic bag, and that's where we'll bread them. Do like a shake and bake type breading on them. I don't want this to be like a heavy chicken nugget coating, just a nice coating with some flour, some Parmesan cheese, and the garlic and herb spice that I've used in a couple other videos. And I will link the recipe that inspired that. It's basically like a knockoff of a Mrs. Dash, a homemade Mrs. Dash, if you will. It's not exactly the same. You get the gist of it. I'm going to finish cutting up these 2 large chicken breasts, and then we'll bread it. Alrighty, so we are going to coat the chicken with some olive oil. Which I forgot to grab, so I just grabbed that. We're just gonna coat it up nicely so that way our seasoning and our flour will stay. Alright, that's good and coated. Now I'm going to keep the oil close by because I may need to add more. So now we are going to add our seasonings. Here is my homemade seasoning blend. Make sure it's mixed up nice. As I said, you can find that down in the description. I'm just going to pour in a generous amount of that. I'd say probably about 2 tablespoons worth. I'm going to add a little bit of seasoned salt, some Parmesan Reggiano cheese, or Parmesan Romano cheese, and then I'm going to put in about 1/3 cup of flour. This is whole wheat, but you can use whatever. You could use panko breadcrumbs too, but like I said, I don't want this to be heavy like a chicken nugget. I just want it to be a coating, not really a breading. And now I'm going to close the bag and shake it up. If it seems like you have a lot of extra coating that didn't stick, you can add a little more oil. Piece of chicken stuck to the bag. There we go. Oh yeah. I may add just a tiny smidge more flour. There's some chicken I can see that doesn't have anything on it, so I'm just going to add a tiny smidge more. I may actually do the chicken on its own sheet pan so that I can spread it out better. I don't have a full sheet pan, and I broke my half sheet pan a couple of weeks ago and haven't bought a new one yet. So I have this pizza pan, and we may put our vegetables on that. Let me grab a sheet pan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think going with a second cookie sheet was a good idea. This is a lot of chicken, but I do want a good amount of leftovers. It's nice to have something you can grab out for lunch or a meal when you don't really feel like cooking or you're in a hurry. So whenever I make meals like this, not always do I make leftovers like enough for a second meal, but I always plan to have some for lunch. Alrighty, I need to wash my hands and then we'll get to cutting these veggies. Here is the chicken and the vegetables, and I'm going to start the rice. These are going in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes, and I'll bring you back here when everything is cooked and we're ready to plate it up. All right, everything is cooked and ready to go. We have our garlic butter sauce, our cooked rice, our battered chicken, and our vegetables. And my family will grab a plate or a bowl and come up and dish it out as they like. I will see you the next time we're in the kitchen.